Hi everyone, welcome to Mastermind, an initiative taken by Ms. Kadambari Umapati, a high-powered platform for all the idealistic women entrepreneurs to illustrate their proficiency in their own ventures and endeavors. I'm very proud to associate with this organization that not only provides a platform to showcase women's empowerment, but also supports them through collaboration on a larger scale. The opportunity what VWC is offering is unparalleled, and I thoroughly congratulate all the women who have associated with this group. And mentioning such women, I would like to introduce Ms. Bhavna Sresth on this platform, who will be speaking about herself as the unique entrepreneur whose brand is known as Button Unbutton. Such a unique name to have an apparel known as Button Unbutton. Truly, and very innovative thought process here. Would you like to bring in an formal introduction of yourself, Bhavna, here?
First of all, good evening, everybody. Thank you for having me on VWC, this beautiful session. And firstly, a big, huge round of applause to Kadambari for bringing in this initiative and bringing so many like-minded mindsets together on this platform. So thank you so much, Kadambari, for it, and to all the women entrepreneurs who are part of VWC, because it's been one of the most enriching experiences. I had been there, part of the launch in Chennai, and so far it's been a very beautiful, encouraging journey. So that's me. My name is Bhavna Sresth, as Prritii has mentioned, and I am the founder of a sustainable online brand named Button Unbutton. Thank you for appreciating the name, because it's something which has taken us a lot of time to basically coin it, and there is
But
a
it is very unique,
philosophy.
I must say.
Yeah, so the philosophy is it may sound as a very simple name, and it may sound like, okay, they're doing something to do with buttons, but not really. So the idea of Button and Button was that as human beings, we are very buttoned up in our lives. We are always constantly guarded, constantly trying to protect ourselves. That's human beings are. And we're so buttoned up in our own spaces, that we never truly find the and unbutton yourself,
That's
the
true. Yeah.
power of self love, self care, self, understanding yourself. And that's, as human beings, we are where there is a lot of fear to it, uh,
Yeah.
at all levels, wherever you are in life. It's not about somebody at a smaller strata or economically richer. This phenomena is very prevalent. And so we say that, through Button and Button, because your costumes or your attire is a reflection of you, your personality.
Sure.
So we are
100%.
here to unbutton and style yourself the way you want to be. That is the philosophy where we started this, and we really want to give everybody an opportunity. In fact, would want them to embrace this opportunity to be yourself. That's what Button and Button stands for. And
Amazing philosophy.
thank you so much. And how it all started, if I may take you through.
Yes.
Well, I come from a legacy of textiles. My father was a textile engineer and a designer way back in 60s. He was an industrialist. In fact, the first, one of the first Indians to bring in block printing and screen printing. Of course, block printing has been around, but screen printing came in late 50s and 60s, and so he's one of the pioneers to bring in. And we have been very closely. In fact, he has been working very closely with the artisans from in 60s, and that's how, as a child, I have very closely seen his work with the artisans, and that was my fascination. I used to love that whole process of how artisans create these beautiful, mesmerizing, fabrics and outfits. So that was my childhood memories, which have been very embedded in me. Unfortunately, I lost him very early, and somehow the
Yes.
paths changed. And I have been for the longest time part of the entertainment business. I'm a
Oh,
filmmaker by profession too,
oh,
and
lovely.
yes, and so 2017 is when I went through a major illness, and that's the time, and you really go into introspection, because I live in a city of Mumbai, which is a city of dreams, but it's also a hustle, too much of hustle to do in
Absolutely.
this city.
Absolutely.
And so that's how somewhere you lose track of what you belong to, or what you really want to do, and what you want to find yourself, like I just said, unbuttoning
Absolutely.
yourself and finding those, probably joining the dots. And that's where this whole thought, which is very instrumental by my daughter, that you should pick up, and go back to your roots, because this is something which comes very organically to me.
Sure.
And I have been part of designing even in my film projects. That has been always there. The creative aspect of it has always been something which, visual art is what always excites me. And that's how Button and Button was launched, initiated in 2022, during the COVID times, just after the COVID,
Okay.
where I thought it's time to go back and again bring those communities, artisans together. And the smell of those beautiful colors and fabrics is something is
Yeah.
very, very close to my heart. And that's how this initiative, we're just about 2 years old, but
Great.
we're in the right track. So that's what is all
Great.
about me.
Great. So, Bhavna, I understand that it's an inheritant thing, love for
Yes.
your textile and coming
Yeah.
back from those, where your father has, it's a legacy, as you correctly said.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I'm sure with this competitive world, the innovation is constantly is it's going to be a back of your mind, that how creative the designs can be, or your brand
Sure.
can be to
Sure.
combat this kind of competitive world. So
Yes.
what are the ways that you have incorporate in your branding, that it leads to this competitive world?
So I'll tell you, Preeti, first of all, there was a lot of research. So like I said, 17 to 22 is almost like 5 years. I was trying to find
Mhm.
what makes me, why should I do this? Because we are
Yes.
already in especially in the apparel business, there's a absolute uh, cutthroat competition.
Exactly. Right.
There are a lot of people who are players there, and they're doing very good work. So why me? And why
Right.
would I do
Exactly.
this? And that was the first thing which came to my mind. And so Button and Button was started as a male exclusive brand, because I
Okay.
feel men are never styled, and there is a room for, or there is a room, and they do not have the opportunities what I have researched. And that's how Button and Button started. We were into
Okay.
exclusive men's collection, where we could style men, we could give them an opportunity to actually explore, you know
Correct.
but like we
Right.
say that women can't be left behind. And
Yeah.
they are हमारे हिंदी में कहते हैं कि वो पूरक हैं एक दूसरे के, तो वो
Yes.
important है. So we started with doing a lot of work with with the women apparels as well. But like I said, that challenges, yes. And
Yeah.
why do we stand differently? Obviously we are working with the our fabrics are specially curated. We pick up, we work closely with artisans. We are not doing run of the mill. We are mainly working with the artisans. The fabrics come in from different parts of the country. Right now I'm working with 3 states, and I have picked
Mhm.
up a lot of fabrics of heritage. So
Okay.
like, just if I give you an example of one of the fabric which I think nobody, probably most of the people don't know, is called bagru. Now bagru is coming from a very, very small village of Rajasthan, and the process and the art of making itself is very encouraging for an artisan. Yeah. And if we can support that, is something, as entrepreneurs, is what my effort is. And not only them, but many more. I mean, I can keep on talking about it, as I'm also a history student. So I have
Okay.
been working and researching on handlooms very closely all my life. Yeah.
Right.
So that's something, like I did my first documentary in 24 Parganas way back in 96,
Oh,
where arsenal problems had led to artisans closing their shops,
okay.
and how jute development is still happening, and how now from gunny bags, how they have become, they're walking the ramp
The
on the Milan,
mainstream. Yes. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
mainstream.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so so there is lot happening, but there is lot to do. There is a room for everybody. And
Sure.
also we are also not only trying to just pick up artisans and do it, but we want to go into exclusivity, where we also do our own designs, not only in terms of making the costume, but also the fabrics. So we are working towards it. We are working on the sustainability part of it, how slow fashion can be, because I encourage slow fashion. I do not believe in the continuous throw and the wastage
Continue.
what is happening.
Yeah.
We are working towards it, but because we are a very nascent brand at this point of time, we have
Yeah.
our certain limitation, but we're working towards it, and that's the big mission we have. And I want to bring artisans and communities on one big platform, and that's what Button and Button stands for.
Amazing. So it's not only you who you're working towards only your personal growth, but growth of the
Yeah.
entire community, right? The
Yes,
essence and
absolutely. So I have a quote which I want to say: a business
yeah,
that makes only money is a poor business.
absolutely. Very well said. I would say very well said.
And I would like to say that there has to be a more reason for doing to be an entrepreneur, and it
Yeah,
has to have a bigger vision and a bigger mission. It just cannot
absolutely.
be making money. Of course, that comes with it. That is not going to go anywhere. But the
It
point
goes
is,
hand in hand, of course.
hand in
Yes.
hand. But if that is the reason of doing, I think then we're not at the right place. So
I guess
my
that's why we are. That's why we term you as a visionary women, right?
absolutely, and that's why
With
we are here.
vision.
And
Yes.
and I,
Yes.
I think I completely resonated with Kadambari when I met her for the first time. That here
Sure.
is a woman who's basically working for others. I mean, she's completely
Absolutely.
giving a platform to so many women across the country, which is so commendable. So yeah, we
And
are
you
here to
chose to
all.
be one of that, yeah? You are also
Yes,
choosing to be one of that kind of a woman who wants
yes,
to, support other people and not only just growth about yourself. And as you correctly said, growth is only not when you are growing. It's when the
yes,
team is growing and other people are growing
yes,
together.
yes,
I
absolutely,
just missed out
absolutely.
on, sorry, Bhavna, but I missed out on a question
Yeah,
from filmmaker to a
yeah,
designer.
yeah.
How that journey has unfolded for you? Like how
Uh,
and what made you think of doing something
so,
out
like I
of the
said,
line?
so I'll tell you, I have been a storyteller since my childhood. When I was a
Okay.
very young child, like in my six,
Mm.
7 years of age, I used to be a storyteller always, whether it was by
Yeah.
school's allocations, all of it. And I love writing. That's something which comes very closely
Wow.
to me, whether it's poetry, stories. I love stories, and I also I'm an avid traveler, so I pick up stories from real lives. That's how
Love.
that's how it all transformed into coming into entertainment business, and it's all accidental. It was never thought through because I always wanted to take my father's legacy forward. I was 11 when I
Good.
lost him, so
Awesome.
somehow things kind of moved differently. But so it's a visual medium. So whether it is a visual art is what excites me the most. Hence I always tell stories in my fabrics also. So I
Lovely.
if you pick up my Instagram handle or I am telling stories constantly, because that's how I want people to remain, because you need to own it.
Yeah.
Whatever you wear or whatever you represent or to the world, you need to own it. And that's what is the philosophy, or is the core what we are working on. So from filmmaker, like I said, filmmaking happened uh, accidental, but it stayed with me for 25 years. It's still with me. I'm right now
Amazing.
also doing a big web series on Sony Live, which
Lovely.
is already streaming, called Rising Honey versus Rising Honey. I'm the showrunner on it. And
Oh,
so that's something which I'm doing right now. But Button and Button is very close to, it's my baby, it's my child. I
right.
want to nurture it.
Right.
Yeah. So that's how it is. So I am right now in two situations, but I'm loving it. It just pushes my boundaries and gives me more. I also challenge myself that at this juncture of my life, because I'm done with my, I have a daughter, she's married, all settled
Okay.
happily. So I am challenging myself, and I love it.
I
I
guess
love.
that's the best way to get things out of you, right? Like from
Yes,
orator, from filmmaker, storyteller, now to an
yes,
entrepreneur who
yes,
deals into fashion. It's something
yes.
very incredible. So
Thank you.
I'm sure as you go through all this, by yourself.
Yes,
So I am sure you must have faced a lot of challenge, right, during
yes,
all this while when you were worked for
Sure,
so long into the industry. I
sure.
guess, would you like to enhance it? How would you combat this kind of challenges when it comes through? Like COVID was one
So
of the challenge, I feel.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. COVID was, and as women, we are challenged every day at every step. So
Yeah.
that's perfectly all right. Even though we are today moving towards more lot of equality, liberation, all of that, but still we are challenged on a daily basis at all
Yeah.
levels. And but that's something which is now coming. It just comes to you because you've been doing it for say 30 years, 35 years of your life, so it doesn't bog you down. It doesn't kind of bring you yeah, a situation where you feel, oh, why is this happening to me, because this is going to happen and you have to move forward, and you
Yeah.
have to keep finding ways to find a way out. So like I say, I work on button and button. It's you're dealing with a lot of labor. You're dealing with a lot of people who are coming from a more less knowledge or education, but
Sure.
I feel I found my way out. I know the tool. I know. So I have come to a point where I feel I can. I'm a people's person and I'm able to deal with it. So I have created that for myself. Trust me, when I was a young child, I was a complete introvert because I was a storyteller, writer. So I was cocooned in my own world, in
Right.
my la la land, where I would just create stories and be happy with it. This is my world. But learned hard ways. But I
Yeah.
think that is something I've learned over years. And now I feel I'm there and I can deal with it on a daily basis and find my own, path. That's pretty much the
That's
space.
what we always say, like Nari Shakti. We always, when
Absolutely, absolutely.
we celebrate Nari Shakti always. And I guess
Yes.
you are an epitome of that, right? Your
Yes.
journey has been such empowering.
Yeah,
Like, of
thank
course,
you.
when I listen to you, I feel empowered myself that, journey, correctly as you said, that wo to aate rahenge, I'm in the flow with
Ha,
that. So,
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. That's the only way to deal because, see,
sure.
also like I don't come from this era. I feel the digital world. We've been born
Yes,
before.
yes,
So,
yes,
and it's a challenge to work in the
it is.
digital space. It's like every day is a learning. Every day you
Yeah,
feel, oh, this is what you don't know. That's what is
yeah, yes,
This is the shortcoming. That's the shortcoming. When I thought of an online business, I didn't have the idea what an online business would be because we have always seen going to stores buying. That's what
yes,
been the norm since, I mean, this is just last 5 7 years where digital has really boomed.
yeah.
And it was a challenge, and I felt, so you question yourself, do you think you can do it? But trust me, it's just the because I don't shy away learning at all. I'm a student of life and I love it that way. So
Very well said.
I have no problem at all going to somebody saying, "भाई साहब मुझे नहीं आता है, आप सिखा दीजिए." At least I'll know. And I have my children, and in
Yeah.
fact, my children's friends who are now my agency, which works with me, is actually my daughter's best friend's husband, who is a digital guy. Now he has to support. I mean, I went up to him and said, "Ki, I need your support." I have
Great.
no shying away about it, and I
Right.
feel that's the only way you can exist, coexist, and find your own spaces.
Absolutely.
And that's how it has been so far, and so far happy about
So,
it.
as what you are saying, we should conclude that that learning is the only constant wherein if you want to succeed further, right?
Absolutely,
We
absolutely,
take that
absolutely.
that lesson from you, that go consistently learning, and it's okay to ask for the help, and that's what I'm
Absolutely,
learning from. It's okay to ask for
absolutely.
the help.
Yeah.
And-
There's no shine. There's no shame in asking
Absolutely.
because you cannot, as human beings, know everything. It's not possible.
Everything. True.
See, if we
Absolutely.
we share, I mean, we give experiences to our children, and they give us,
Sure.
the know-hows which are happening currently.
Yeah.
That's the give and take which we need to do with the younger generation. They are well equipped. They are much more aware. They are much more technically sound. But when it comes
Technically.
to wisdom, I think we have it all.
Yes.
So that's the
Yes.
part
So it's
we
a good
do.
collaboration of two things, right?
Absolutely,
Ancient and the new
absolutely,
gen. Right.
absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely, absolutely,
Going further,
absolutely.
I would just answer. You said that the initiative of this brand was only towards the man fashion, and
Yeah,
now you have nicely incorporated women's. And
yeah.
so, do we call this brand as a bespoke brand, or how do you call it? A curative brand, or how?
So I'll tell you, we are definitely curating. We don't do customizations per se. Like we are
Yeah,
not we don't kind of you give up specific design and we customize for you, because we
yes,
spend a lot of time in finding that right balance. What we really want to offer the customer. So we work on
right.
that. We work on fabrics. We work on the styling, and so hence we do give you sizes. Of course we are
Right.
size all inclusive, but
Yeah.
yeah, so that's where we are working on it. Like I said, that I the next step would be where I would like to do exclusive designs on fabrics which you will not find any other brand. The reason for somebody to come to you would be where, this is what I want to wear. I also want to bring a lot of history to it. That's something which is
Oh,
very close to my heart, so I'm
okay.
working on it. So where when the block printings would talk about the history and culture of India, so these are the things which we want to incorporate. So there is a step plan for next
Right.
5 years how we want to go forward. Also, like internationally, something which I am very aggressively working on, that I want to
Okay.
take this to the global ground, because it has not only as a potential market, but I think as Indian handlooms, it needs to reach out to a larger audience.
The larger
and
audience.
and we have that, and we are very confident of what we are offering. So my examples have been like, when I started, my first 6 months was a complete R&D journey. I have
Yeah.
gone, and every person who has purchased from me, I have gone personally and gone back to them and asked their feedbacks,
Right.
because I
That's the way.
wanted to know what is their feedback. I want my any outfit who buys, any person should be not only happy, but should feel the worth of it.
Sure.
That's very important. Also, because I know fabrics by the back of my hand, i
Right.
can just
Right.
i can just see and tell you what the fabric is. So for me, the colors, and even that, they can't be color bleedings, they can't be shrinkages. These are small
Yeah.
meticulous things which we really invest a lot of time into it, so that the customer feels that whatever he or she has bought is worth
Right.
making that effort. So that's very important to us. Yes, money will come in, but yes, this is,
Of
I
course.
want people to come back. So when I see my repeat of customers, I personally call them and thank you them, because
That's a
that's
real
something.
great initiative.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
I do, because I feel that's very important. Let them also feel that this brand kind of takes care of us. That
Yeah.
taking care, compassion is very important. So that's something which I learn, and I am learning, and I do that as a process in my business. So that's very
Yeah,
important.
very, very well said. Because it's when you correctly said that when you wear something, it shows your personality. So it
Absolutely.
should be so delicately be taken care of that the
Absolutely.
person who is wearing your brand should
Sure.
depict their own sense also and the brand also. It's a very good
Absolutely.
collaboration of the two.
Yes, and I
Very
do a
well
lot
said.
of initiatives. I recently did an initiative with an organization which works in the field of cancer. So there were a lot
Oh,
of doctors who had worn button and button, and they walked the ramp, and they were
oh,
so
lovely.
delighted. So for me, these are true happiness.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's giving
So
back to the society is what makes you happy at the end of the
absolutely,
when
absolutely,
like, absolutely,
absolutely.
absolutely. And
That's
as you
that's
correctly said, you are been into this business since last so many years, and now button and unbutton has been found. And
yes,
when you want to reach out to the maximum audience, I guess the consistency and innovation is the key. And with
yeah,
your kind of vision, when you want to
yes,
when you want to help the others, that's the main thing which keeps the brand going. Because you will have
probably
so
yes.
many visions of so many other people will be talking about. And as you correctly said, the learning is the constant process. I guess you learn from each and every person.
I'm
Going
sure.
further, may I just ask, when you said that Bagru, if I'm spelling it, I'm
Bagdu,
pronouncing
yeah.
correctly, Bagru, yeah. So could you just highlight a little bit on that? Because I guess everybody would want to know what
So this is
specialty button
okay.
on that.
So this is a fabric which has been found about more than 100 years, and it had come during the Mughals. That's where, and that's
Ah,
how, yeah, And this is something which is done, the process is called mudslinging. So basically the process is where indigo and whites and all those colors are mixed through mudslinging. It takes about 20 days to basically do that process. It's one of the fabrics which you can wear in winters and summers together, because it
No.
takes care of you. In the winters it gives you the warmth, and summers it keeps you cooler. So
No.
that's the beauty of it. And there are very few people who are really doing that work. There are a lot of
Mhm.
clones which have come in, but
Right.
the original fabrics come in from this small place in Rajasthan, and it's one of the most beautiful processes to really witness it when it's made.
Um,
So
So I
that's
would
that's
say
the fabric.
that's their USP, that when you want to have
Yeah.
when we correctly said Mumbai, I can talk about Mumbai because even I'm from Mumbai. But
Oh wow.
I'm speaking about India, when India has this kind of weather wherein
Yeah.
you can't have you can't have clothes for every season, but when it
Absolutely.
has something which you can wear, it's season friendly also.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
that's the best way. I guess that's the best thing where Button and Unbutton is offering. And I guess
Yeah.
lots of people should take notice of this, wherein there is a season friendly product also available, which is
Yeah.
amazing, which
Yeah.
is a one of
So
its kind. Yeah.
yes, one of its kinds which you can be
Yeah.
used. But
Yeah.
trust me, every fabric in India, every
Mm-hmm.
handloom in India has a story on its own. And there are
Sure.
so beautiful stories around them. And really, there's a heritage
Mm-hmm.
which should be cherished, valued, and respected for coming generations.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's
And
that's
thanks to
what they
people
need.
like you.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I
who
feel
keeps telling
you
us that
will never
story.
you will never be able to get this from a loom. Not possible.
Sure,
You know.
sure. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Thanks to
So
people like you, who is willing to let the legacy go on and on for generations to come, right?
yeah, yeah, I think it's very important, and we are in an environmental disaster already, and we need to be really consciously working towards it. And yes, we whatever smaller way also. I'm not saying every individual will a small step will take it to the next level. So I think that's what we can leave. At least when you go from this planet, people should remember your small contribution. that's
Best way
that's
to best way to describe it. Best way to
that's all.
describe it. Yeah.
That's now for me. That's all is my journey forward. Yes.
Sure, because at this time you can easily give up on just saying relax and just enjoy your life, but there is always a
Yes.
thrive to give back to society or do something to
Absolutely.
society. That's
Absolutely. Absolutely.
incredible. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
Going further, what is the next step that you think for Button and Button, as you correctly said, on a global market?
Yes.
Then and it's very
That's my
adaptable.
bigger plan. That's my
Yes.
big plan, and I'm really looking forward to that,
Yes.
because that's something I really want to take it, because
Mhm.
I feel it, that it's going to be a win-win situation. Sorry, my bad. A win-win situation for
Mhm.
the brand, as well as for the people, for the artisans. I really want to
Yeah.
work with them at, right now I work with very handful. I want to bring this community bigger, and I have, because I've traveled length and breadth of this country.
Mhm.
As I said, because I am a filmmaker as well, it has helped me to do a lot of traveling, and I've worked into the interiors of this country, from Kanyakumari to Kashmir to Kanyakumari, everywhere. So we have every space, every state has so much to offer. It's just that you're looking for a platform. So here I have created a platform where I want to take it. So I don't want to
Amazing.
restrict myself to, I will only do this, I will only do that. I want to explore. I want to really explode, not even explode out there, and
Excellent.
bring in communities who will, so it's just like the artisans and communities coming on one platform, and
Mhm.
we make the most of it. That's
So,
the mission.
so is there
That's the vision.
anything else also is on the card, in the sense all only apparels?
Well, that is still, it's working
Yes,
in the
it's too early to
backdrop.
talk about
Yeah.
it. I can't talk. Yes.
But yes, surely, why not? There's so much to look
Yes,
into.
so much to
Uh,
offer, right? Yeah.
yes, yes, surely. But I don't
Yeah.
want to become like those, multi cuisine, where everything is
Yes,
available.
yes,
सब
everything
मिलता
is
है,
there.
ऐसा नहीं है.
Yes, yes, yes.
कुछ मिलेगा, और
Yes.
उस कुछ में बेस्ट देने की कोशिश.
Best.
That's
Exactly,
what.
exactly. See, that's the vision we want to understand, right? That what is
Yeah.
the vision of the brand, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And
Also, because I work in the entertainment business, so I'm
yeah,
right now, like Button right now has collaborated with my show. So one of the
absolutely.
artists is wearing the brand, throughout the
Lovely.
series. So
Lovely.
these are also kind of collaborations which we are doing. Like I said, I do a lot of offlines because just to get that
Mhm.
first hand information from the from the audience
From
and
the
customer,
camp,
because they can see it physically, and you can interact, and you can, I want to do that bigger, I want to take that more international, where we can participate into events and bring a very one-on-one relationship, because that
yeah.
really helps.
Mhm.
I Also a lot of collaborations which we can do in different spaces. And yeah, and probably make a two-way for two brands to come together, do something very interesting. So open to all ideas. Like I said, I am a student, and I'll keep learning, and I want to keep learning, and I want to keep exploring and experimenting, because you don't know what's going to work. There is no of course you have a skeleton and you have a structure, but in that structure there are many boxes which can be explored, and that's what
Sure.
our purpose is.
So, is Button and Unbutton is a traditional, authentic brand, or we do have a fusion, or do we have those
So I
formal?
have no, I have traditional handlooms, but a lot of
Okay.
fusion in designing. I do a
Okay.
lot of contemporary stuff. I don't
Right.
make salwar kameez. I don't make just the kurtas and shirts. I do a lot of fusion,
Okay.
because I want to create, you know, could be an office where a woman today wants to
Right.
style herself and dress up well and go. And like I said, she needs to love herself, and self love is something which I'm spreading very
Absolutely.
consciously. And even men, why not? I mean, because they're always in their grays and blues.
Yeah.
They really need to go out there. I
Yes.
am pleading on this platform, guys, go out and experiment for yourself, explore, because you guys can really, shine. Why not? You
Yeah.
should do
Sure. Sure.
that.
But
And
I guess when you are sorry, yeah, please go
sorry,
ahead.
and that also helps to basically see your own dimensions. So
Exactly.
as
Exactly.
people, we are very fixated that हम ऐसे ही dress
Yes.
up कर सकते हैं, हम ऐसे
True.
ही
True.
लगना चाहिए. This is how I'm supposed to be. That's how. Why not go explore? And today we have the opportunities and do it. I mean, there are massive today influencers who are there to help you out, and
Yeah. Yeah.
also to give you that room. And I feel every human being, we have one life. Let's make the most of
Celebrated.
it. Yes,
Yeah.
and
No,
celebrate it.
why I asked you is because when you said you started the brand with a constant man in your thought process, because
Yes,
there's so little to do about it, right? But
absolutely.
thanks to this industry, which you just said, that now the industry has taken to a different level,
Correct.
adaptability has gone very differently. So I guess
Right.
men's are also experimenting a lot of different styling
They
and all those
should,
things.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. They should, they should. I urge every person to do that, because, like I said, it's important, and live in the
Yes.
moment, enjoy your life, celebrate life, because that's what we human beings are supposed. I think COVID at least has taught us that, and
COVID has, yes.
if we don't still, kind of pursue it, then
Yes, yes, yes.
it's really sad. Then, yeah.
Would you had any kind of experiences that would you like to share on this platform? Because I'm sure going for you would have experienced a lot of positives and negative both episodes, right?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah.
So positive, I would say, like, I have really had an amazing experience with a lot of offline events where I have
Right.
got a lot of first-hand information coming from men, women, young girls, all of it. So that's been an experience. I worked with a lot of celebrities because that's the profession I am into. So if you see my Insta handle, you will find a lot of celebrity faces who have worked with me, and they just vouch for my designs and fabrics. They are still
Super.
my customers. They keep coming back. Earlier they were just my models, or they were people who were representing. They did it out of relationship, but today they come back and buy it. So for me, that's
Yeah.
very encouraging. So
Yeah.
there's Nakul Mehta, there is Kunal Jaising. You'll see all
Wow.
these faces, on my Insta handle. And
Yeah.
so that's something very encouraging. Nakul said they're all very celebrated artists in their business.
Sure.
And like I said, recently my brand is already there on one of the web series which is being done again. She's an artist which is very well known, Reem Sheikh. She is wearing it. So these are my encouragements.
Yeah.
um, Honestly, I don't want to be modest, but honestly, I've never faced a situation where a customer has come and kind of screamed or abused or anything
No,
of
no,
that
no. It is
kind.
not that. It's just about
But
the standing. They are not
but
adaptable
yeah,
enough.
but there was a lady, I still remember. She was almost like, I think, 65 plus. She came and met me in a Sunday market, and we had put up this beautiful, you have in Juhu, Max Sunday market, which is quite
Hmm.
celebrated.
Yeah.
I'd put up, and unfortunately at that point of time I wasn't there. One of my associates were there, and she somehow gave her measurements and all of it, and it did not go right to her, you know and
Yeah.
I kind of somehow uh, probably, those few times when you just lose out the track, and it went to her, and she was fuming because she wanted to wear it for an occasion, all of it, and she's a 65 plus woman
Yeah.
who's like, ki beta aise kaise ho gaya, what is this, that, and she was screaming on the phone. I said, okay ma'am, I really apologize, and I will get this done. No, no, but I'm, I and she's not saying I want my money back. I want the outfit. This is not come to me, and I wanted to wear for my daughter-in-law some occasion. I said, okay, give me 2 days, I will get it done. And trust me, I got that done, sent it to her personally,
Yeah.
and with a note and everything. And then the beauty is that what I loved it, she wore it, she clicked a video. She has thanked me on that video saying, thank you so much, because now this is perfect. And for me, that applaud was the best. The money didn't
Exactly.
matter. For me, it was that
Absolutely.
smile on her face and the way she was dancing, wearing it. And
Yeah.
she's actually recorded a video and sent it to me, saying,
That
I
is why
loved
I
it.
asked this question. When we overcome those
Yes,
difficulties, and
yes,
when the victory is ours, it's the
yes.
best feeling I guess any entrepreneur could
Absolutely.
have. Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely. And for
absolutely.
me, that evening was so special because I felt, and I must have thanked her like million times. Thank you, ma'am. I'm really appreciate that you have done this effort. But I was so happy, and it was so, so much of calmness and so much of contentment that one outfit
Absolutely.
going wrong was something did not go well with me. It really gave me a lot of stress. That I don't want even my one single customer to
Sure.
ever be unhappy. That's something very sacrosanct with me. I really make that effort. And
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes you may go wrong, I won't deny, but then you want
Yes.
the best out of it. So
I guess it's
that's
a part
something.
and parcel of your business. You
Yes.
might just go wrong once upon a
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
in this endeavor, but that's
Yeah.
what I beautifully you said that when you put your 100% and overcome those hurdles is where the
Yes.
victory lies in, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So
Right.
it was a very overwhelming day for me, and I was very, very
Sure.
happy. Yeah.
Sure.
So
Sure.
these kind of instances really, I think, we as human beings, if we can just be more compassionate and considerate to each other, I think we
100%.
can have a beautiful world and beautiful life ahead.
For
Yeah,
sure, for sure. So,
yeah,
Bhavna, going further, I would just ask you that you do offline, online both.
yes.
Right. So, how do people reach out to you? In the sense, first, if you
So,
like to give
so
an Insta
online,
handle.
yeah,
Yeah.
online we have an Instagram handle, and we have a website called, it's www.buttonunbutton.com.
Sure.
So we are completely functional on that. We are also on the marketplaces. Right now, we are at Jaipur, which is again a very a renowned marketplace. We are also
Yeah.
going to be on Mintra and Ajio very soon. These
Okay.
are marketplaces. Apart from that, offline events I do. I'm
Okay.
not a part of a store. That has
Okay.
not that stage I haven't reached, but I have been little skeptical about it because you're going to a multi cuisine. Like I said, there is a too much of
True. Very true.
brands
Too much of
already, so
things
it
are
doesn't
there.
mark. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but offline events I do very
Okay.
consistently. I've done Mumbai, a lot of it, Little Flea, all of these, the bigger ones, the smaller ones. I have also traveled and done it in Bhopal. I had an amazing experience, even and that was very special to me because it was organized by my childhood friend. I am from Bhopal, and
Okay.
he had done it, so it was a massive, response, and it was very encouraging. That was my first event which I had done an offline. I went to Nagpur, which I did. Pune, I have done. So I am kind of now moving to other parts, and I really want to do Chennai. I'm looking forward to that very soon. I want to take this there.
Right.
So these are the plans which are there for 2024.
Right.
But we want to go a little more, really not aggressive, but mindfully doing offline events, and building a brand through various collaborations.
Right.
Yeah,
So
that.
when we talk about collaborations, right? Like what kind of collaborations would you like? Because you are on the platform wherein
Yes,
it's all
sure.
about collaborations.
Yes,
What the Visionary Women Club is already offering is all
sure.
about it, right?
Yeah.
So how would you like your collaboration, or what would you like to tell about when, like, how would you go further about the
So,
collaborations?
like I'll tell you, I had done in the past a collaboration with a hair accessory brand. Yeah.
Hmm.
So how we could style, people. So it was a collaboration where you had an hair accessory and an outfit. So we just come together and do it. That is one way of doing it. There is other way of collaboration is where we could probably, showcase what is styling all about. How
Yes.
you can style for your day-to-day life, or your office wear, or for a kitty party, or for a social event. Anything that can be collaborated, maybe 4 5 brands can come together and do it, because
Sure.
everybody has their speciality. We can do, there could be a footwear, there could be a
Mhm.
accessory, apparel, all coming together, putting up together. That's also one way of doing it.
Sure.
um, because offline events really offer you that kind of an opportunity to do it. Online, I have not given a thought that how we could collaborate, because that's like two different platforms. How will we get to access to the audience? But I
Right.
think events are something also.
I was just
um,
going to
yeah, like for example, even weddings for that matter.
wedding
So,
planners. I was just going to say
yeah.
that. Would you be
So
like
wedding
to
planners are, so today everybody is doing a trousseau, but trousseau
choose?
के साथ बाकी भी बहुत सारे events होते.
Absolutely.
Today people don't want to wear only heavy dresses,
Yeah,
especially
yeah, yeah.
certain sections of the area. Like maybe if you're in Delhi, then Delhi is all about wearing too much of trousseau
Bling.
kind of a thing. But when you
Yeah,
come to Mumbai, or people want
absolutely.
simpler outfits. They want to make it more wearable, so that also can be collaborated. So weddings
Yeah,
are there, birthday parties, there's so much
so
happening,
much. Yes,
kids
yes.
parties. So you could do that. Yeah, kids is one area which I am contemplating. Let's see how it goes.
Are you
That's
going to
something
explore
that,
that as well?
yeah, I want to, because I
Yes.
feel there is,
Yes.
um, there is a lot of possibility. And yet, I know it's the volumes may be something which we'll have to kind of work out, because children grow
Mhm.
up faster, parents don't want to spend that kind of money. But I am seeing the amount of money being spent there. The parents are going cuckoo completely on
No, I
that.
guess today is all about value for money. If you give them
Yeah,
something which is
yeah.
unique and
So
innovative, yeah,
yeah, so these are the places we could look at. And also, like, yeah, entertainment business, I'm going to like
sure.
take it now full
Yes,
force, because that
yeah.
I want to kind of
Your
look
connects
at
and all
bigger
you
events also.
yes.
So there are sports events, there are so many spaces which can be explored. So these are like the future plans for sure.
And how would you take it to the global market, if I may just ask?
That's where I am coming back to Kadambari.
Exactly my point. Why I asked you this question. You
Yeah,
could please connect
Kadambari is
me.
the one who is going to take me to
Yes.
the global space. That's what our commitment is. Yeah.
I guess this platform
I
is
don't know
like
if she's
definitely
listening to this, but yeah, that's something which I
100%.
really
I'm
want.
sure.
Because I feel, you really need. Also, I have to say that, there is no way that a single person can make a business or
Absolutely.
anything flourish. You need
Sure.
hands. You
Of
need
course.
people, you need like-minded people. And I feel we do is VWC and we do are beautiful platforms.
Sure.
And if we can really all concise and conserve our energies, then we can be one of the biggest force to help each
Yes.
other
Yes.
and to reach out to bigger platforms and bigger spaces. I
Sure.
feel the force is only in being together. Like जब कहते हैं कि मुट्ठी जब बंद होती है तो वो पूरे एक करोड़ की है, 1 लाख की है, और जब खुल
Yes.
जाए तो किसी खाक हो जाती है, तो
Sure.
वही वाली
True.
बात है. तो वी आई थिंक वी ऑल नीड टू just help out, reach out, and find ways for each other, explore,
Sure.
and find opportunities. I think one after the other will be able to do it. I of course, Kadambri is at the helm of it, but I think she will need all of us to kind of take
Of
it
course,
forward. So yeah.
100%. And I guess
So
that is why we connect, right, on the platform like this,
yes,
wherein
absolutely.
everyone should help each other and grow
Yes,
together. I guess that's
absolutely.
the sense,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. So this is where, of course, there are a lot of opportunities from Government of India
Exactly.
which have recently been kind of coming in. There is a lot of private companies, also
Investors, yeah, yeah.
portals which are coming in. It's just that like I said, digitalization has brought a lot of opportunities, but there is
Yes,
also the flip side to it. So
sure.
just figuring that out, but yeah,
But
that's a process, like I said.
would you be interested in having an investor investing in your brand and having,
Yes, yes,
yeah.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
that's, we
That's
can have a shout out to any investor who would want to work
yes,
on
yes, surely,
this
surely.
platform,
Yes.
wherein the ancient and the fusion and the new collab is all together coming through one brand.
See, I have
Yeah,
lot of like you say, बहुत सारे विचार हैं, बहुत सारा
true.
रास्ता है, but बहुत सारे हाथ भी चाहिए उसको आगे बढ़ने के लिए. So I
Exactly
am
my
just
point, right?
वो
Yes.
right opportunities, right people. So like I feel very comforted being part of this circle. As women, we are very intuitive, and
Yeah.
we are also guarded. Both things happen at the same time. Yeah.
Sure.
So
Yes.
so so we do not want to jump to guns and just be out there, like you every day keep hearing that company has taken 3,000 crores, that has done this, that has happened.
Yeah.
Let
Sure.
it be baby steps. I'm good with that, but let's
Absolutely.
do it right way, like, because it's a long journey. And like I
Yeah.
said, the journey only begins the day you take that first step, and I have taken that first step.
Yeah, but
Now
you don't
it's
want your vision to die out, right? Because just
yes,
you got an investor and the vision is died
yes.
out, and your
Yeah,
company
I
got
mean,
the
and even
funding,
the
but
investor has to have a like-minded
same.
vision.
That's what I'm saying.
Very important,
Exactly.
very
Yeah.
important. So, so,
What
so
if
that's
if they don't collaborate on your thought process? You don't want that kind of
no, not
collaborations,
at
right?
all, not at all,
Sure,
because
100%. I
that's
get
somewhere
that.
there'll be a clash of thoughts, and then you're not in the right direction. So
Because as you said, money is not the only criteria for you, right?
yeah.
You want to
See,
grow
if
and
an investor comes, unke liye obviously money will be the first
of
priority. But
course,
when
of course.
it's a marriage of two minds, and
Exactly.
yes, it is a business. It is not something
Of
a
course.
charity, but
Yes.
consciously building the business is what I'm looking at.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's
On
very
some
much.
theme, on some same wavelength, right? It should be
Yes,
built on that. Should be
absolutely,
built on a
absolutely.
vision.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely, absolutely.
What there is one thought which has come in my one word for your brand. If you had to describe your brand in one word, and why
Uh,
so?
One word. It's
Yeah.
quirky. It's quirky. Yes.
Sure. And that
It's
says it all. You
it's
don't need to
it's
explain that.
it's quirky and it's all heart. That's all I have
All
to
heart.
say.
All
Like
heart
these
is
are
the thing which I can
yes,
felt all throughout the chat. All I could hear is your heart out, like I
yes,
just could feel that your heart is out there. So
yes.
any message would you like to give all of us, or anything that would you like to share along with
Uh,
us?
okay. I don't know. It should not sound preachy, but
No, no,
yeah,
for sure.
messages like I'll say I started my business. I mean, as an entrepreneur journey after I reached my 50s. Okay,
Yeah,
it's a very very. I mean, if I look at the basic format of life, then people would say कि तुम्हारा दिमाग खराब है, why did you do that, I mean, you're at the other side of life. But I feel that other side of life is so important to me because I've spent my life doing all my responsibilities. This other side of life is only belongs to me. It only I own it, I make it, or I don't make it. So I feel every woman, every human being, why woman, men, everybody has the opportunity to live that whatever is with them and contribute before they go from this planet.
Sure, definitely.
That is what I am doing now. I mean, like it said, the other side of life, but
Yes.
it's for me that other side of life is going to make the best of it and
But I guess it's an
create
incredible thing.
a beautiful life. When I
Yeah.
go from this planet, people should
Leave your
remember
mark.
me for, yes, definitely, at least say कि ये इंसान सही था. That's all. That's
They
important.
should
That's
remember
very,
you by,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
So my Dadaji used to say, and I tell everybody, I quote this, my grandfather, कि बेटा धन अर्जन सब करते हैं, लोक अर्जन करो. जब जाओगे इस दुनिया से तो चार हाथ जरूर होंगे तुम्हारे लिए
Oh,
जो तुम्हें
lovely. What
कंधा देंगे.
a amazing. So, having said this, how do you think the family support has worked for you? When you
Oh,
said it, because it's a legacy that you are carrying on.
yeah. So I'll tell you, I lost, like I said, father very early. I just have one sibling, that's my younger sister, and my mother. So I have always been the boy of the house, the son of the house, being the elder one. But I was married at the age of 18, 19. I was a mother, and that's how my journey started. And then I've been a single parent for a very long time, brought up my daughter. Now she's a married girl, and she's also a mental health practitioner. So I'm very, very proud and happy of her. And this button and button, actually, she is the reason behind it, because she has constantly seen that passion and compassion in me whenever there was a conversation about anything to do with design or fabrics or all of it. So she always said that this comes so automatic. You have a glint in your eye. Why don't you do it? And that's how it all was pushed. And I have a great supportive family, a small family. So it's my sister, who is always very encouraging, my daughter, my son-in-law, and so all have been very, very supportive in my journey. And they constantly keep pushing that, ma, you can do it. So,
Because,
so
yeah, because it is very necessary to have that support system from within the family, right? When you want to
yes.
grow to the level that we
and
are
And
envisioning.
trust me, when I came to Mumbai, I didn't know a single person. Today, I can say I have 100 people who I can reach out to. They are like my
Lovely.
family. And I have a very large extended family, and they all support me and love me for what I'm doing. So that's
Amazing.
something I am very blessed with. I cannot ask for anything more than this. I thank universe, God, everybody, every day, because I have a beautiful extended family.
Amazing. Amazing.
So now
So now,
VWC is my family. So yeah.
yeah, 100%. I was just going to come that it is not as limited to only Mumbai. It has
Yes.
reached out to Chennai with
Yes.
VWC in at the rescue. I guess
Yes.
there will be. Uh, I guess the
Hello. I
Bhavna.
think we lost it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So as I was saying that with VWC as a
Yeah.
platform, I guess
Yeah.
now you have more than hundreds and thousands of women as a
Absolutely.
family,
Absolutely.
and I
Absolutely.
guess yes, and I guess they will all help you reach out to the goals that you have for yourself or for your brand.
Thank
So
you.
I guess you can just say you want to just give a shout out to everything that you have in your mind, and then we can conclude.
Yeah. So thank you so much, first of all, to give me this opportunity to speak. And I hope I spoke rightly and whatever was required. But thank you so much for it, Prritii, first of all, being a beautiful host.
Thank you.
Thank you to VWC, each and every woman out there. You guys are amazing. I keep, we are all on the groups. We keep seeing what's happening in each and everybody's life. So let's keep at it, keep going, keep striving. Let's build our legacies with a lot of resilience, compassion, and love. That's what I would like to say. So thank you so much. It was such a wonderful evening, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Bhavna. It was so wonderful conversing with you. And here I would say that we have got a strong woman, strong entrepreneur who has got orating skill, who is a filmmaker, who is now a brand owner, and amazingly so, such a lovely thought that she doesn't only want to work for herself, but for the those ancestor who's like from it's her legacy she wants to continue, but not only limiting to only her legacy, the legacy of India, wherein the arts and artisans are there and we can help them out. I guess this calls for a huge shout out for her. Please let's make sure that her brand reaches to the platform that is worthy for her. Like platform should be worthy for her brand. Let's do that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
so
Bhavna.
much. Thank
Wonderful
you.
chatting with you. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. Thanks. Have a lovely evening and a very, very happy Holi to all of you. Thank you
All of
so
you.
much.
Thank you, VWC. Thank you, Viro, and thank you, Kadambari, for having us over here. And thanks for collaborating all of us on this great platform. Looking
Yes.
forward. Thanks,
Yes.
Bhavna. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thanks, Preeti.
Take
Thanks, Akshaya. Thank
thanks.
you,
Thank
everybody.
you. Thanks.
Yeah, take
Bye.
care.
Take